So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy Ellen. I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute, man. Now, tonight's video, it's gonna expose if you got money management issues. You know what I'm saying? It would definitely expose, especially this. The title of the video is why winning the lottery is the worst thing that can happen to you. Now, I disagree with that title. I don't feel like winning the lottery would be the worst thing that could ever happen to me. Nope. I told y'all once before, my family considers me the cheapskate. I don't frivolously go out and spend. I don't just be spending like it's no tomorrow. I know people always saying you can't take it with you when you go. So they live life and all this kind of stuff like it's no tomorrow. But then when they do wake up tomorrow, you're like, uh-oh. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And a lot of times I'm trying to build for generations to come. You know what I mean? I'm not just thinking about me. So I'm thinking about my children, their children's children. Like, that's the thought process I'm in. So I need to make sure everybody's straight. You know, it's no longer about me, it's about other people. So winning the lottery to me won't be the worst thing that ever happened to me. It'll be the best thing, because I'm gonna make sure I take care of IRS first. It's gonna get them out the way. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and take care of them. I don't wanna be running. I don't like looking over my shoulder, and I don't like owing nobody nothing. It's just morals and principles that I live by. I don't like owing nobody nothing, fam. If I owe you, I'm trying to run you down to give you your money. I don't want to owe you nothing. You know what I mean? So let's get the IRS out the way first. You know what I mean? Then I'm not running around here spending on all these lavish cars and jewelry and expense. Like, no. I'm trying to make the money that I just won work for me. You know what I mean? Safe investments. Let's buy some long-term I mean, you already got a ton of money, so you ain't got to go out here and do no risky investments. Let's invest for the long term in solid companies. You know what I mean? The Apples, the Amazons. You know what I mean? Solid companies, great balance sheets. You know they got cash on hand. They can survive any storm. You know what I mean? Maybe not any storm, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm investing in some solid companies. Cool, I got that taken out of the way. Give me a few properties. Got that taken out of the way. You know what I mean? That's the route I'm going. So no, the lottery won't be the worst thing that happened to me though. But for some people, like I said, it exposes their money management skills. It exposes that if you're a person that has horrible money management skills, when you get money, it ain't gonna do nothing but intensify. It's gonna magnify it. It's gonna make it that much more worse, because you couldn't control when you had a little. Now you got a lot. You definitely ain't gonna be able to control it. So, but we're gonna see what this video has to say. I'm already against it. So if you're new to the channel, man, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, join the fam. And yeah, let's check this out.
No doubt you've all had the conversation with your friends about what you do if you won the lottery, or how much you give away to family and friends. How many problems might that cause? Or would you just spend and live a life of selfish luxury? According to CNN Money, the biggest lottery win ever was $1.586 billion.
But wait, what? How you go from, and that I ain't gonna say that person was low, but in my mind, how do you go from making, what, 60, 80 grand? What's the median for what's the average salary? What, 50 grand, 60 grand? 60 grand to being a billionaire? Bro, I'm donating to charities. I'm investing. I'm doing all this kind of stuff like that, man. Yeah, I might do some dumb stuff. I ain't gonna sit here and say I ain't gonna enjoy myself, but I ain't gonna be crazy.
But it was divided between 3 people. A year later, in 2017, one woman scooped $758.7 million, and she decided to take the lump sum of $480.5 million. If you don't know, you can take your win divided over a number of years or all at once. Sounds great, but tell us what you think about that.
That's a huge question too. Are y'all taking it all at once? Or are you getting it year over year? How are y'all getting it broken up? Because some people do it for, I can't remember, do you receive tax advantages for taking it year, or the lump sum taxes hit you harder, or what? Give me all mine right now. give me all mine right now. You know what I mean? I don't know what can happen down the line. I don't want nothing to change up, and I'm expecting this, and something happens, and I don't know. You know what I mean? The banking system, whatever could go wrong would go. No. Give me mine all now, and I'll make what I got work.
And after this episode of the Infographic Show, when winning the lottery was a horrible curse. You may have already seen the documentaries in which lottery winners find themselves surrounded by cunning relatives and friends suddenly emerging from the past, all wanting a piece of the pie. You'll know how it can tear families apart, which...
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Now, that would probably be hard for me. You know what I mean? I'm a giver, so... family pulling at your heartstrings. But I'm also stern enough to be like, okay, bro, I'm gonna put the onus back on you. When you come to me and say, hey man, can I borrow? Or hey man, I may lend it the first time. But when you double back, because 9 times out of 10, what happens most times? It ain't gonna be the last time that they need it. They're gonna double back. When you double back, it's gonna be at this point in time. Now it's gonna be, no, let me show you how to get it. Let me teach you how to fish. You know what I'm saying? Let me teach you how to get the bread. That way you ain't got to keep coming back on to me, and you can stand on your own and be self-sufficient. Like, I respect the person that's willing to learn how to feed themselves than somebody wanting to be fed. I respect that person more. Person that's willing to say, hey man, how can I learn that to be able to take care? I respect that, because at least I know you're trying to learn it. Person that just want to be fed, you're just lazy, fam. And then what if my thing to people at that point as well is, what if something happened to me? How are you gonna take care of yourself then? You were so dependent on me. Don't be dependent on nobody.
Often sounds like a tale of biblical greed. These are sad stories for sure. The last one might even bring a tear to your eye. 10. Return of the Killer Lover. Aged 42, Doris Murray might have thought she was the luckiest woman alive when she picked up $5 million after winning the Georgia lottery in 2007. It said her plan was to start a trust fund for her grandchildren. But Murray only got to live with her winnings 1 year as her ex-boyfriend came back on the scene begging. She wasn't interested in getting back with him or sharing cash with him, and so he stabbed her to death. He was arrested.
Oh, that's another interesting dynamic, man. Like, that's why a lot of people try to go collect and that's hard to do, man. Word's gonna get out. The people that try to be incognito and collect it, it's gonna get out. That's a scary thought, though. Your safety, that's scary, man. Now you got all this money, you gotta move right, man. You're like the M&Ms of the world. You know what I mean? You can't do or live a normal life. You can't go to the movies. You can't go out to eat because there's going to be a bunch of people in your face. You ever seen those celebs when they walk out of restaurants and the paparazzi standing there all in their face and shoving microphones all in their face, trying to get them to answer questions and stuff like that? That's now your life because money did that to you. So that's the scary dynamic of it, but it still ain't going to make me change my thoughts. It's not going to be the worst thing.
Soon after, a lose-lose situation, which we see is often the case with lottery greed. 9. A murderer in the family. A guy called Jeffrey Dampier had a similar fate, except this time it was family with blood on their hands. 39-year-old Dampier was over the moon when he won $20 million in 1996, and it's reported that he wasn't stingy either, treating family and friends with his cash. His sister-in-law and her boyfriend got the idea to take Dampier's winnings, and together they kidnapped.
You see this? The sister-in-law and the brother. Hold on, I gotta hear that again.
His sister-in-law and her boyfriend got the idea.
Sister-in-law and her boyfriend. Not his brother, her boyfriend. You know the boyfriend is the one who was like, yo, we can do this. Just as dumb as he could be. Now, This is the scary side. So they showing you the super scary side of it right now. Am I still gonna let that deter me? No, but it's definitely gonna sit in the back of my mind. I definitely need security. I definitely need to pay attention to the ones closest to me, because those be the ones that you least expect. And those be the ones that can always get close to you and do stuff like this to you. So you really gotta keep an eye on the ones that are closest to you. Sad, but it's true.
Idea to take Dampier's winnings, and together they kidnapped him and then shot him in the head. The pair were soon arrested. Dampier's widow was later asked what winning the lottery had done for her husband. "I think it's a curse," she replied. 8. Don't trust anyone. In
Facts.
2009, a man with a great name, Abraham Shakespeare, won $30 million in the Florida lottery when he was 42 years old. The former laborer didn't spend big at first, buying just a Nissan Altima and a Rolex watch. According to reports, he was constantly harassed by people who wanted some of his cash. He once told his brother, "I'd have been better off broke. I thought all these people were my friends, but then I realized all they want is just money." And it got worse. He went missing and was later found buried under someone's backyard. The killer was a woman he befriended who had told him she'd help him with his too much money problems. Her name was Dorsey D.D. Moore, and she's currently serving a long prison sentence for first-degree murder. 7. Drinking to the grave. It's happened numerous times when winners have been murdered for their money. All the reports of this happening were in the USA, but self-destruction, well, that's universal. Take the case of Brit Keith Gow, who won £9 million, about $12 million at today's rates, in 2005. Gow got straight down to the business of spending, betting big on soccer, horse racing, and apparently drinking himself to oblivion. He wasn't the brightest of lucky people and got scammed out close to $1 million after giving it to some shady guy to invest. He not only ended up selling everything he'd bought, including racehorses,
What it do? It made him more of what he already was. Probably already had a gambling problem and everything like that. And now you got people coming up to you. That'd be the scariest thing too, because it happens a lot to athletes. The scary thing be these people coming up to you with these investment ideas. "Oh man, we got these new prepaid card dispensers, man. This idea that we got, man, if you invest now $2 million, man, it's gonna be worth $50 million in just a few years." What? Somebody be like, "Oh snap, bro, I gotta invest in this." And then the company goes bankrupt and you out of your money or whatever happens. Like, you gotta be weary of that too, man. It happens all the time. Bad investments, bro. We all make them.
a top-of-the-line BMW, his executive box at Aston Villa Football Club, and a large country villa. But he got into money troubles. He died of a heart attack, and financial problems and booze were to blame. His friends said the lottery virtually killed him. Winning the money was the worst thing that happened to him. "It's very sad," he told one friend. 6. Taking your own life. Then there's the story of Billy Bob Harrell, who won $31 million in the Texan lottery in 1997. He was followed around like many others by people with their hands out looking for some of his winnings. He didn't hide the fact that he was rich, though. It got so much for the poor guy that he moved and changed his phone number. He also made some terrible financial decisions, and things got worse when he got divorced. It seems it all got too much, and 2 years after he won, still with money in the bank, he put a gun to his own head. Prior to taking his own life, he said, "Winning the lottery is the worst thing that ever happened to me." 5. Losing everything you need. Another case was the curse of Jack Whittaker, a West Virginian who won a staggering $315 million in 2002.
Woo. Woo. 315 million, bro. Whew. That's life-changing. All of these numbers are life-changing. That's a different tax bracket right there, bro.
He wasn't too careful with his cash, having almost $500,000 stolen from his car where he kept a money-loaded suitcase. He later had another $200,000 stolen in a similar way. Then he was hit by grief.
He walking around like these rappers. Why do you have that much money on you? Have you not seen the type of world we live in? Bro, stop that walking around with that much cash on you. You make yourself a target, fam. let's stop and think for a second, bro. People are going through things, and when they do bad things when they feel like, oh, my back against the wall, or oh man, I got to figure out how to feed myself. And if they see you as a target, like, that's why you see a lot of these billionaires, man. What you see them in? Regular cars. They ain't in the Rolls Royces riding around the cities and stuff like that. You see them in a regular vehicle and some regular clothes that they probably got from the thrift store. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't know, you don't know. If you don't know them by face, because you've been watching them every day, then when you pass by them on the street, you'll never know. I want to look like I ain't got it. That way you don't ask me for it. You know what I mean?
After losing his granddaughter to a drug overdose, and then her mother, his daughter, died 2 years later from a drug overdose. They'd both been spending his fortune for him. My granddaughter is dead because of the money. She was the shining star of my life, and she was what it was all about for me, he told the press. Incredibly, years later, he said he had nothing left and was a daughter and a granddaughter down. I wish that we tore the ticket up, he said in an interview. 4. Too much, too young. Over in Scotland, a wee lad of 17 called Stuart Donnelly won the lottery in 1997. Not a good year for lottery winners, it seems, and talked about the pressure of being rich. He once told the newspaper that he was scared to leave the house. It was very hard to deal with all the attention I got. I even had people camping outside my house. It put a huge strain on me and my family. He was found dead in his luxury home when he was 29. It's thought he died of natural causes, but the press speculates the lottery win played a part in his demise.
Stress. You could hear it. People ganged up outside his home. Like, that's crazy. You don't even know this dude, but you camping outside of his crib because he got money? That's crazy.
3. Back to the trailer park. Here's another story of rags to riches and back to rags. Evelyn Basor won $3.9 million back in 1985, but she had a taste for gambling. In 2000, she was back in a trailer park, saying she'd gambled all her money away. I won the American dream, but I lost it too. It was a very hard fall. It's called rock bottom, she said. 2. Thug life. Back in the UK, there's a man by the name Michael Carroll, called a lottery lout by the press, which kind of means lottery thug. He even called himself King of Chavs. What is a chav? That's a long story, but we guess you could say a chav is a young hoodlum, but more of a white trash type of hoodlum. Anyway, this young delinquent won a massive £9.7 million in the UK lottery in 2002. At the time of his win, when he was just 19, he was working as a binman or a trash collector and was still wearing an electronic tag so the cops could keep an eye on him. Winning didn't stop him from getting in trouble with the police. 10 years later, and all the money was gone on what he said was tons of drugs, lots of gambling, and thousands of prostitutes.
We talked about it, man. It's gonna make you who you are, just multiply it.
We're not sure how he or his poor lungs and brain managed it, but he said he had a $2,300 a day crack cocaine habit. What did he have to say about his rise in...
Whoa! Is this Boston George? Fam, daily you was spending that? See, I would have a problem. I would have to force myself to spend it. You know what I'm saying? I'm low maintenance. I don't need all that type of stuff. Food, yes. Now I'm gonna eat good. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna travel. Other than that, nah. I ain't got them type of expensive habits, man.
And fall, the party has ended, and it's back to reality. I haven't got 2 pennies to rub together, and that's the way I like it. I find it easier to live off 42 pounds dole than a million. Dole means unemployment benefits. He couldn't get away from crime or criminals either. As his money was running out, some blackmailers slit the throats of 5 of his dogs and basically ran him out of town. But not before he paid them over $150,000. 1. A mortal loss. but we'll leave you with the story of all stories, even though we're not sure you can call it a curse. In Thailand, the lottery is serious business for many. It's a way out of poverty for some who don't have many options in life. People make merit at temples and pray for the winning numbers. Superstitious folks get exploited by seers who sell the right numbers. People see winning numbers in dreams, or if someone has, say, a strange looking fruit growing in their garden, people will queue to pray to it and hope it gives them lottery luck. The numbers might even appear on the license plates of crashed vehicles. A ghost may even whisper the winning numbers in someone's ear. So yeah, it's serious all right. So serious that in 2018, a man called Jirawat Pongfan was absolutely delighted when he found out he had the winning numbers for the lottery and was about to collect $1.8 million. The 42-year-old threw a party and got really drunk, only to wake up and not be able to find his winning tickets. It's said he became very depressed after that and wasn't even able to work. He then shot himself in the head. His suicide note read, "I'm really sorry. Please don't bully my family. I did win the lottery prize." Apparently, the tickets were never found and no one claimed the prize. After hearing all this, we guess you're thinking you'd be totally different. Are we right? How would...
Yeah, man, I still stand on what I stand on. Did I say it would be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult for all these reasons right here. You got to be safe. You got to protect yourself. You got to watch out for the people around you, who you let around you, everything, man. It's all of that comes into play. Because if you don't think they will, they will. They will. Curse of the lottery, man. You always hear about these stories, man. And even though these stories are out there for public record, for everybody to watch and know and to try to, you know what I mean, be better than the last person, still fall victim to it. Still fall victim to it. So let me know your thoughts, man, on the lottery, how you would fare or end up winning that type of money. Or would you just not want to win it because you don't want, some people don't want to go through that, which is cool, which is fine. Some people don't want to, no, that's too much for them. They'd rather just continue making what they're making and living life comfortably how they are. And I can totally understand that. So, y'all get at me in the comment section, man. Let me know what you think and stick around and stay tuned. Till the next one, I'm gone. Peace.